There we go.
Hey, listen!
What is up? What is up? Now, I found something.
Yes, Daddy.
What's up, Prince Dilly? What's up, Apollo? Oh. What's up, Varoom? There is an outbreak just down here. So, in theory, I should get more than maybe one shiny. Alright, if we just have a quick look. Make sure I'm not resetting over any.
Yeehaw!
Hey, what's up, Fierce Pokeballs? Getting your redeems in before you go to sleep. Hey, it's fair enough. That's the picnic one. Alright, is my counter working? It is. Perfect. Oh. I'm not too bad. Got told I could finish early today, so that's why I'm live earlier than I would normally be. So I'm happy with that. I'm hoping I hear a lot of these. Longest stream now, I mean... I don't know. I mean, I've got an outbreak here, so there's a good chance I'm going to be running more than 3 sandwiches. Oh, congrats on the 7 stream streak, Apollo. Because yeah, I'll be running through the outbreak, and then I guess when that ends, I may as well reset. I'll see how I go. I still have to make dinner and stuff after this, but it'll be a couple of hours. There will also be cats here, unfortunately. Nah, if I do Legends ZA, it'll be tomorrow? Yes. Yes, Community Day's... No, is Community Day tomorrow? I should know the answer to this question. No, Community Day is on Sunday. Okay, well then it's probably tomorrow that I'll do my Cabalion hunts. Hey, what's up, Profi? But on a positive note, I have the Blacephalon timed research that I didn't get for whatever reason. They don't know why I didn't get it. In fact, it sort of felt like they thought I was full of shit. With like me saying, where's mine? Why didn't I get it? Like as if, well, you obviously weren't entitled to get it, but I have it. No, I haven't claimed it yet. I'll probably claim it on Tuesday before Spotlight Hour. There's 3 encounters, so I'll save it. What's up, Trevor? Yeah, at this point I'm going to go through the outbreak until it's in its last phase, and then I'll stop KOing everything. Oh, I also assumed there's going to be Dittos here. Yep, Ditto goo. There we go. I forgot that Ditto was in this area. I mean, it sort of counts as a phase, doesn't it? Obviously, I'm only keeping this if it's if I get a family of 3 mousehold, but alright, cool. Oh, maybe I'm a Meowth. It loves things that sparkle. Oh, no! Actually, the interesting one will be if I get a shiny Ditto.
Ew.
I'm also doing well, thank you, Trevor. Actually, I sort of think that Golden Go will be quicker. Let me stick you there.
Yeehaw!
I did, however, in fact, I was just heading to work and I found a random encounter shiny Tadbulb, which I was happy with. Hey, that's all good, Prince Dilly. Thanks for stopping by before bed. Have a good night. Right, the outbreak's going down. We want there to be not many left. There is an uncomfortable number of Meowth here. In fact, for the most part, I'm probably going to do a reset. I'll end up probably doing some encounters tonight in my own time as well. Just seeing how many shiny Tandemaus I can find. And because there's not a lot for me to do in V8, from now on most of my playing in that will, other than ranked stuff, will be on stream, I'd say. So hunting those last few shiny legendaries, hopefully finding some mythicals. Maybe a shiny alpha Gimmighoul. Except this time I'll be way more prepared. Thank you. It's sort of annoying that half this area is lighthouse. Which means I'm not getting all the spawns I could get. I did consider resetting the outbreaks again. Because I just sat here opening the game and closing the game when there was no good outbreaks. But I thought, this one took all of 5 minutes to get. Let's just roll it. Thank you. Can't I get you? Oh yeah, I'm getting all those spawns too. Should put me far enough away. I think it's almost guaranteed we'll have a stream where I'll find more than one. The problem is working out how many of these more than one are Tandemouse and how many are Meowths and everything else. Which actually I think is just going to be Ditto, but... okay, a shiny Ditto phase would be cool. That was me. That was me tripping about half an hour before I went live. Oh, there was a lot of that going on. Woo! I feel so much lighter now. Have they? I know that they've announced the takeover event for this month, which is next week. Have they announced what the leaders are going to have? I feel like they don't normally do that, but I haven't looked too much into it. I'm assuming it's the Kalos starters. And the reason I'm assuming that is about a week or two ago, it was like a week or two ago, something was data mined and it was, there were new adjustments for the shadow forms of the Kalos starters. And I was like, please? Because I've got a lot of radars and I'm happy to waste them on trying to get shiny to those. There are not many Tandemouse left from the original outbreak. Right, well you can come back here. There we go. Shadow, I don't have any remotes. Sorry, Apollo. Otherwise, I would be more inclined to say yes. Oh, wrong way. No, that way. Little poo Miraidon. Okay, well if that's 3 starters, I am quite the excitement. You know, if this was like a Gen 1 Pokemon game, this random rock would have an item. It'd be one of those invisible ones. Yeah, because I also have to have my Ninetales on the team with me for, I think, 5 battles for the hyper training. And I've been saving doing those till the next round for the leaders, so I'm glad that they're all... well, if it's going to be those 3 Pokemon, then... I mean, it's perfect. Another thing, I think it was today I saw this. There was data mine's text to do with Mimikyu being added to the game. So while I'm not optimistic we're going to get it before Halloween. Wait, wasn't there one here? Oh, there. I was like, wait, wasn't there one here? It's at least promising. If we get it before Halloween, I will be ecstatic. Oh, you're a Ditto too. You little boober. You're both Meowths. Right, kind of annoys me there's no background music, so I'm going to play some. Here we go. Perfect. This game is so quiet. I remember this game having background music at one point, I swear. Or is it exclusively in Area Zero, the only place in the game where music plays? I wish this outbreak was in Kitakami, to be honest. Wait, no, what? Oh god, I didn't want to push that. It's fine. That is the Mouse of Tandem. I know that Shiny Ditto just appears as a regular version of that Pokemon, but I'd really like to know if you could get a Shiny Ditto that there's like some way to get it to display itself as a shiny of that Pokemon. Or if it's one of those like Pokemon Go things where it's hard coded. You got a fat booty cheeks, am I right on? I remember years ago, Austin John did a video trying to sort of fully understand how Ditto works in this game, but it was a long time ago. trying my best to just not look at the Meowths too much. Because if I see a shiny, then I'm going to have to phase it. I don't want to. No, that way, that way. Actually, I reckon this area would be really funny and easy. Place to use this. Yo, it's like apocalyptic. Yellow. Yellow, yellow. Actually would be interesting to find a shiny Meowth now. Spot the difference. Because I reckon with this colour change, it might be a little bit harder to spot. Yellow, yellow. Shiny Ditto would be hilarious. It would be like bright yellow. It'd be similar to the Miraidon. Or how Golden Go is normally. You like the way Miraidon looks? Even though I like some of them, I think that they could have been a lot more creative with their future Paradox Pokemon shinies. wanted to see if it was a Ditto, but he got attacked, so I was like, well, bye. Ah, I am too close. Ah! It's so funny that they scream at you. Sort of surprised that Shiny Tendermouse wasn't more of like a dusty sort of smudged grey colour. More like, you know, regular mice. Oops. That's regular Ditto. Interesting. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Oops. Right, I believe none of these are shiny. Yeah. But you lot. I reckon something like this would be a great idea for whenever they do another Gen 4 game, if they allow us to go to like the distortion world, like have it like this, where the whole world is just, yeah, inverted essentially. It would also be cool if it did something like that, but they reversed the type chart, or they inverted it, so everything was the opposite. No, it was just lighting. I was like, you look a little bit different. Oops. Right, let me turn that back off. Because we're still not finding anything, so that's not overly helpful. Ugh. It's so bright! Ooh, green grass. Yuck. That's crazy. Best possible odds. Still no shiny tentacles. Oh, that's right. It's a very big one. I thought it would have a ribbon, but maybe it... Oh no, the jumbo ones don't have ribbons, do they? You've got to go to that person in the main city. Starts with C. No, Mesagoza. That's what it is. Ah! Rude. Don't yell at me. Oh, I think I may have also figured out how to, well, how to stop my Pokemon Go getting super laggy after playing it for like long extended periods of time. Because it does it off stream as well. And I thought I'd done this, but obviously I hadn't. I went and downloaded all the assets. And I haven't really had any issues since. I also refreshed the game data, but I feel like it was just downloading the assets, and I'm like... I haven't streamed yet, so I guess we'll wait until Community Day, but... Fingers crossed. Yeah, because I'd be like sitting there playing it, and then like by myself, running my daily insets and stuff, and then it'll start lagging, and then the lag will get worse, and then it'll get to the point where it'll freeze, normally on checking an encounter, and the app will just close. It'll just crash. And I'm like, what the hell? Which has happened a couple of times on stream, but normally it's just the lag gets super bad, so I just refresh the game, or restart it, but... Yeah, Sunday will be the true test, but hopefully it's fixed. They've dispersed! No! Oh, I just thought of something that I'm surprised I didn't think of earlier. Okay, well, we might as well check this Meowth before I reset. Aw, it was Chipper. Aw. Yeah, well, it's gone now. If I run around and there's no shiny, then I just fly back to the same place, run around, check if there's shiny, fly to the same place. I don't know why I didn't think of flying here. There's literally a fly point exactly where I am at the lighthouse. Can I do it here before the ball hits me? I'm still going to run through them though, initially, to lower that, or to raise the shiny rate, I should say. Don't know what Miraidon was doing. Just vibing out, I guess. That button. Say that, unless that's a Ditto, that is definitely not shiny. I can see that from the distance. This is a pretty unfortunate spot to get the outbreak. I am discovering. And I'm possibly gonna, for the most part, I'll try get outbreaks as often as possible for the Friday streams. Because at least if I'm more likely to get it, then in theory, maybe it'll be slightly quicker. It hasn't been proven so far today though. I thought you went off the edge or something. What? Also, at some point, obviously it's whether I end up with time to do it or not, but The little cave in the north, up by the other lighthouse. The cave's like around here. I wouldn't mind trying to shiny hunt Umbreon and also Salazzle. I know Salandit also spawns in there, but for some reason, whenever I'm in there, only Salazzle actually spawns, all the Salandits are stuck in the wall. There are Sableye super common. I thought my dude had started attacking me. Sableye is super common in that cave, so hunting Umbreon's gonna involve a lot of phases, I imagine, but Umbreon and Salazzle as shiny encounters are just cool. Thank you. Golden goes quite indecisive. Oh, we also had, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. So I think it was the day before yesterday we had the announcement that New Zealand EV Games 100% was closing. Every single store. And then they're like, oh, by the end of the month. Which is wild. But they announced a 50% off sale, essentially just on like random loot items and pre-owned stuff. It wasn't on like proper consoles or brand new games or anything like that, right? So people just read 50% off closing down the sale, and all around the country, massive lines for like the entirety of the day at all the EB games. And then yeah, to make it worse, people don't know how to read, and they assumed it was on everything, and they were getting shitty at staff for for misleading them. It's like, but it is pretty sad just to think that it's one of the last places, at least here in New Zealand, that we have where, you know, you get that same feeling that you got as a kid. You know, you go to the game store, or you know, you want to rip open a pack of trading cards or something. Like, kids these days are just not going to have that anymore. It's sad. Yeah, 100%. Well, the fact that they're all lining up like that, It's like, if you guys didn't have the disposable income to buy all these things yesterday, why are you there today? Just because it's 50% off, you're still spending money. So if you don't have that disposable income, why are you choosing now to make poor financial decisions? Like, because it's also, they don't work on a commission basis, so you're not even helping the staff by buying lots. In fact, if anything, you're increasing the chance of reducing the hours that they have left. I don't know what their redundancy or termination contract looks like, but if there's practically no stock left, they don't need workers as much. So you're just accelerating that process of people losing hours. Well, looks like we got one this time. Yes. Yeah, that was the part that annoyed me the most, was the fact that people weren't reading, and they were taking their lack of reading ability out on, the staff. The staff found out probably less than an hour before it was released by the media that they are 100% closing. And yeah, they've got, 2 weeks, and they've got no job. Even if I don't know what that looks like for them, whether they get like a redundancy payout or something, or like some sort of a buffer, but even so, it's just a horrible situation, and it sort of felt like the public were just being very mindless and shitty. Like, I went into the mall yesterday at lunchtime just to see the line. Because I saw photos and I was like, is it actually that bad? And then it was an hour later, I had a break off work, wandered down, and it was that bad. And my city's got, 50,000 people? We had security guards on. Multiple security guards on at our EB Games. It's like, something's gone wrong in our very small city if that's what we need at a game store. In the mall, the mall already has its own security. Like, huh? I can only imagine how much worse it would be in places like Auckland or Wellington, the capital. Where they do have much larger populations. Because I'm assuming flying back here resets the spawns, right? Much like a picnic reset would. Going up and down that. Oh, that. Wonder if that's quicker. I mean, it's probably not quicker, but. So because I ran backwards, the game's like, are you sure you were supposed to do that? Do you want to go back up? But yeah, out of everything this week, that's probably the big sad news, where one of the last bastions of childhood magic and, just fun. I know it's a retail store, and it is what it is, but it's the atmosphere, It's a sad day. I just feel like both coming down that ladder and flying here, the spawns are like already there. Like there's so many of them, they're not just like loading in. And maybe that's a Switch 2 thing, but it's slower than the picnic. Oh sorry, they're a lot faster than when I do the picnic and the spawns just sort of start popping in. Look, we've got a Meowth right here, let's have a look. Oh, I'm not even going in, righto. Good job. They were. Okay, well there isn't a Meowth right here, so I'm going to assume that it is working. Damn, the Switch 2's like, whew, what's a loading screen? Yes, they were. This was a very long time ago, but well, you might remember back in Generation 5 there were in-store events for Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina Shiny, and there was one a month. So 1 month you get one, another month you get another. In New Zealand they were at a store called JB Hi-Fi, which is, they do sell games, but it's more of like a tech sort of store as well. Like they've also got music, they've got like vinyl records, and I swear that's got a blue bum. Am I tripping? No, it definitely has blue pants, what the hell? I couldn't see the clothes on the other one, I was like, I swear that one's blue though. But they held that event back in Gen 5, and we did have EB games at the time. So, yeah, they do. You start to like stare too much, and your eyes see what they want to see. So there is a chance that they may revert back to JB Hi-Fi, but if not, it sucks to be people I know that live in Australia, because they're going to be doing EB Games runs for me. Yeah, that last event, we never got it over here. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Well, see, back then we didn't even have a JB Hi-Fi like in my city. It was a 2.5 hour drive each way. So 5 hours worth of driving to get that event, and that was each month. But it made it more memorable, I guess. I remember taking like local people's game cards up, so that, you know, once I've got mine in my games, then I'll swap and put other people's games in and load in the event for them. And the JB Hi-Fi staff are like, "Oh, you're only meant to get like one of these, aren't you?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it, mate." Hey, there's money in my wallet. If you want me to be a paying customer, you'll shh. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure there's like practically infinite like events you can get off those as well. Because I'm pretty sure they had some sort of a reader thing that you plugged a special event game cartridge into, and everyone nearby that connected to it would receive the event. And I'm pretty sure there's ones more recently where people are selling on like eBay and stuff, the Malaweta event ones. So you can still receive Malaweta, even now. Which honestly is probably why they changed them to serial codes, because then they can actually manage the supply instead of relying on the game stores to just... Which obviously, when I say manage, in recent years scalpers have decided to steal all those, but that's a different problem. EB Games was the only store for yes. So Australia EB Games are still open and they're still running. For how long, I don't know. But what I think, now this isn't coming from any because I know a lot of staff that work at EB, this isn't really coming from them. It's just a theory that I have, because this happened very suddenly. So it was about 2 weeks ago we got an announcement that something was happening and there was a very high probability that EB Games would close. But we didn't know. So the staff were told, and then less than an hour later, about an hour later, it was all over the news. So the staff knew about as much as everyone else. Then obviously we got the announcement the other day, they're closing, they've got the sale. Oh, another one. Yada yada yada, all of that jazz. And now they're doing this massive sale, but it's only on pre-owned stuff. So my theory is that someone in actual management for the New Zealand arm, and obviously the current retail, longevity is not very long, just given everything's online now. But besides that point, I think someone's been doing some severe mismanagement of money. I don't have a lot of evidence of this, but everything happening so suddenly, they're only getting rid of pre-owned stuff because they'll ship all of the new stuff just to Australian stores, right? Because I've been thinking about it. They've been running like Pokestops, for example. Yeah, well, it depends. I mean, my job's all open source, so it depends what's actually been released, and if anything does leak, it's likely to go to the media, so everyone will find out at the same time. Because there's been a lot of things like, every time there's been a new Pokemon card drop, they've been running Pokestops. Now, I know they've been doing that in Australia as well, and they've been told to. That costs a lot of money to run it for every store, sponsored Pokestops for a month at a time. If things were getting tight, wouldn't they start to cut costs somewhere? I'm pretty sure most stores hired new staff after the Christmas casuals this year. So there's been a lot of status quo sort of things going on for them to all of a sudden have no money and we have to close everything. Like, they'll have leases in like the malls or the shopping centres that all the stores are in. They'll probably have to pay out the length of the leases, and instead of laying off staff or closing a couple of stores, they're cutting the whole branch off. And I mean my business degree's only in marketing, so maybe I'm just sticking the tinfoil hat on, but there's just a lot of weird things that seem like really poor financial decisions if it was this bad. None of this happens all of a sudden. someone had to have known that things were bad, but allowed the status quo to continue. And obviously store managers up wouldn't be to blame for that, neither would the regular staff. I'd imagine this is all corporate level nonsense. And yes, GameStop is having a lot of stuff like that happen as well, and GameStop is the parent company of EB Games. But it just seems odd that it's not like, hey, you know, these stores aren't doing that well, let's close these stores. Sort of like what is sort of happening in America. It's not all GameStops that are closing, it's just maybe the ones with the, you know, less population maybe aren't selling or doing as well as other stores. Well, I totally get the current climate when you're a, you know, a big retailer, especially when, I mean, I don't know if it's the same with GameStop, but pretty much anywhere else I could buy games is cheaper than EB Games. I only shopped there because I just loved going in there because the staff are cool. But I imagine GameStop's probably similar. Trainer Mystic NC, thank you very much for the follow, appreciate it. How's it going? We are having a boring economy slash game stores closing slash let's get conspiratorial about the situation, but lightheartedly sort of chat. Do I play Pokemon Go? I do indeed. In fact, Pokemon Go is likely probably my most streamed game. I mean, actually, no, 100% would be my most streamed game, but comparing Go to mainline games, it's probably a little bit closer to 50-50, but yeah. Destiny Bond and Pogo PV... Is Destiny Bond in the game? I didn't know that. But yeah, I'm just... The whole thing about shutting an entire country's stores is just so crazy, especially like we've got places like Auckland, and like if you kept the ones I imagine would be the big 3 or 4 maybe would be oh, we've got another one. You're messing with streamers. I was going to say, the problem is my friend Profi here has a wealth of up-to-date Pokemon Go knowledge, and because I have a tendency of forgetting basic information for some reason, I don't know why. She's normally my my Google. Caught him, boys, get him. If you'd caught me on a actual Pokemon Go stream, so maybe if you'd tried that on Sunday for Community Day, there's a good chance I would have at least checked to see if any of my Pokemon had the move before... Well, that's what I'm wondering. Would it just work the same as the main game? Like maybe you've got like 2 Pokemon left and your opponent's got 1, so you swap in, use Destiny Bond, and then if they KO your Pokemon with that Pokemon, then you both faint. So like the main games, but except in Pokemon Go, if you swap out, then it loses the effect. I guess maybe it could work like that. Because they're technically bringing in Mimikyu's ability into the into Go. Something about after taking its first hit, maybe it's its first charge attack or something, its defense drops. I'm like, okay, well if you do that, you better make sure that it's immune to the first one. Like, like what? Okay, yeah, going up and down this ladder might be the play. Because we went from one shiny Meowth to, what are we at now? 3 more shinies? And this time, none of them are Meowth. Now, I'm saying that cautiously because there's still a minute left. And there's an awful lot of dudes up there. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? GBL doesn't work at the best of times anyways. It's not even shots fired, it's just... it's a fact of life at this point. I know it hasn't been that bad recently, and I can say that because I'm still grinding to rank 20. And I'm actually having quite a lot of fun in rank 19 at the moment because it doesn't matter how many wins I get out of every 5, I get guaranteed encounters. And the more wins is the more encounters, and that's what I like. I like, you know, the shiny checks. So I am enjoying the GBL, but I'm still going to make light-hearted jabs at the fact that it doesn't work. If you could change one thing and go, alright, what's it gonna be? Right, well, we can definitely see that the thingy-mabobby's ended, my sandwich. Might continue running around just a little bit. We are in the final phase of the outbreak. Get rid of the set of 5 stuff in GBL. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd... That's not... No, it's not shiny. Stupid sun, moon, whatever's in the sky in the moon. Yep, I actually agree. It shouldn't be runs of 5, it should just be you jump in there, you do a battle, and after so many wins, all of a sudden, boom, you rank up. Like, it does that in Pocket. In fact, I think it does that in like every other game that has some sort of a ranking system. It's just Pokemon Go, I don't know. Yeah, like I remember that being a thing, but when they lifted all of those restrictions during COVID, and they never put them back, like, come on. I don't mind the restriction on daily battles, because I think that people who choose to be permanently unemployed and playing the games shouldn't necessarily have an advantage. They should spend some time finding jobs, I guess. Only if they're taking the piss, though. If there's no jobs to have, or they're, like, medically not working, then fine. But also, I sort of think there should be some restriction on Pocket, because that's another thing I've found with Pocket is if I'm sitting there, because I don't scroll TikTok or Instagram Reels or anything anymore, because if I start scrolling, I won't stop, and I'll be on there for ages, so it becomes like, you know, brain rot, right? I do that in Pocket. It becomes brain rot. I'll just sit there to battle. And if I start losing too many in a row, that's when I have a break, because I know that I'm in a funk, you know, I'm tilted. But other than that, I'll sit there. Happens a lot on like weekends. I'm like, right, I've got things to do today, and I'm like sitting there chilling, having an unwind, and I'm like, let's jam out some battles. And then I've like wasted 2 hours. It's like, give me a restriction. So I think a daily restriction is fine, but I agree with you about the waves of 5. Like, they can keep all the same rewards in the same order, but just make it a continuous thing. So keep winning, and then when you rank up, like you actually get a rank increase from a win. That's when you get awarded all the Stardust you've earned for ranking up, you know? Outside of the, you know, per win Stardust rewards. Or even at the end of the season, I don't know. Like, a lot of people use a lot of their dust. And it would probably be quite nice for a lot of them to just receive this massive lump sum of Stardust at the end of every season. Alright, let me run back up here. This is sitting on top of that button, isn't it? Yep. Right, I'm gonna KO all of these now. Still gonna look at them, but so what I'm gonna do is on the next reset, I'm gonna actually start KOing Tender Mouse without a sandwich. If I get a shiny, that's cool. But I'm gonna start KOing them, and then once we're in that last phase, I'm gonna run a sandwich, and then I'm going to do the resets, because I should, in theory, over that half-hour period, and because it'll be the third and last sandwich of the stream, I should be checking more spawns at a higher shiny rate than before. Are you... So I'm pretty sure that's not shiny. Grimer, okay. But the reason I'm finishing off this is I might as well, in case other... Bro, I can see that that's not yellow. One thing I do sort of, like an opinion I've made in the past about GBL, to do with Champions, I still think they should do, because Champions is a free app to download, And I know people don't like downloading new apps for lots of different things, and I get it. I'm one of those grumpy old men too. But the GBL does tend, on average, to have a few issues, right? So I reckon an easy way to fix that problem is put them in champions. Add the GBL games to champions as a separate thing, because champions is going to be on Switch and mobile. Make it a mobile only thing. You've got to put your Pokemon in from home in your games to use them in champions. So we could just do a temporary transfer over to champions from Go. They don't have to change the stats because they're not going to the main games. They're in champions specifically for Go. And then run the GBL on that. Totally separate, and that way Pokemon Go itself doesn't have to house all of that. Right, let's... Ooh! We got the ironic mark on this one. Right, let's move you over. Oh, that's actually really good. They're really low level. Let me go somewhere like here. In fact, that's probably overkill. Let's just go here. Because I should get a level up very quickly. Because I assume if I swap out, I'll still get the animation for the evolution. But yeah, I think that would make a lot of sense, especially when it comes to Pokemon Worlds in general. Having everyone, except the trading card players, because they're playing with physical cards, like the GBL, I suppose Unite also is on its own thing, but having the GBL and the VGC all on champions, I just think would be, oh, this does work, perfect. Like the best way to do it. Lamb. Don't congratulate me for that. We didn't want twins. Oh. Apparently I'm not a smart cookie, am I? Yes! That's right, Croffy. Does this thing get sturdy? Ah, yes it does. Also, still haven't heard anything about Pokemon Worlds this year. I'm wondering if it's going to happen virtually. I wonder if it's going to happen virtually and force people, at least on Switches, to only be able to play on the Switch too. Wasn't asking you. Did I throw a ball at this? Boo! Can we give one up for adoption or something? Maybe? Apparently I caught the bond slip. I'm an idiot! Oh yeah. I mean, if something is physically happening there, then it's weird that there's been no announcement of any sort of tickets. The only thing I can think of is that we wait until Pokemon Day. If there's no announcement on Pokemon Day to do with Worlds, then that's when we worry, because it was only like a week before the tickets were meant to go on sale that they're like, oh, we're putting a hold on this. We'll fill you in at a later date. Like, hello? You know how much money it's going to cost me to go to Pokemon Worlds for a weekend? I could buy a car for that money. Like, can you tell me, please? So I can know sooner rather than later that I'm not going to financially recover from that. Yeah, it could be something like that. And I also don't want to lean into the political side of things with just everything in general. Both sides, it's all disruptive. I feel like they could have given some sort of press release as to why they put a hold on tickets. But they're just like, nah, we'll let you know when we're organised. Well, it's unfortunate, but yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, if it is something as simple as, well, the likely scenario is always going to be, you know, a ticketing, like a ticket distributor issue, or a or like a venue issue, but it just seems like that would be, even to not say outright that that's the issue, but to allude that that is, you know, due to unfortunate circumstances, we are moving either the Pokemon XP or, you know, the main Pokemon Worlds stadium to another venue. Please have patience with us while we finalise these details. We look forward to seeing you in San Francisco in August or September, whenever it is. I think it's late August. It's normally in August. Because that doesn't have to look bad on them. Because, like, let's say it's a venue, for example. Like, it's likely the venue would have made a mistake, or, you know, the ticketing people. Also, shit happens. I've worked enough events to know that shit definitely happens. I hope that's all it is, and I hope it does still go forward. Because even if they announce it too late for me to be able to make sure all those funds are there for that, and organise hotels and flights and all of that, I still want to watch it. Yeah. No, piss off. Go away with your cylinder. I mean, we didn't even really know what Pokemon XP was anyways. I assumed that was a Pokemon Day thing. And maybe if it's still happening, that's when we'll find out more about it, but... like, they weren't super specific about, like, what it actually was. Pokemon, fly me out to San Fran, please. I'll pirate Tim. Aw, bye. Aww. I'll pirate Tim and not play it. I don't know. What do you want from me? I mean, it's less than 6 weeks away. Hopefully, we get decent clarity on yeah, Pokemon XP, Pokemon Worlds, all of that stuff on Pokemon Day. I know that they're going to announce a lot of stuff, but yeah, it's odd. Unfortunately, we can't hold Pokemon Worlds in San Francisco this year. We're holding it in New Zealand. I'm like, yes! That wouldn't happen. It would get moved to Japan if it got moved, but... I want a dream! Can you not? Give me a Sylveon. Look at that. Thank you. I was getting uncomfortable with it following me. shiny, buddy. Unless it's a Ditto. That's crazy. There are not many left. Okay. Right. I'm gonna save the game. Actually, I'm gonna put Golden Go at the front, and then I'm gonna save the game. Right, picnic time. No, just one. I think I will get another one, but even just the 3 that I've found now, I think that's not bad. I've definitely done worse Dunsparce Fortune Fridays than 3 shinies. 4, I guess, if you count the Meowth, but 3 Tandemaus isn't bad. And then I get one of these ridiculous sandwiches, I get like 8 shinies. I'm like, yes! Because I shouldn't have to do really any KOs, it's just encounter, reset, encounter, reset. The hell are all my spawns? I was gonna see if the game would let me like slide off the edge, but I don't think it will. I was worried that one was going to be shiny because it looked like it was going to jump off the edge. No. Blue, blue, blue. Blue. Because these dudes just keep popping up, don't they? Can you guys stop jumping off the cliff? Ooh. So what is that thing up there? But it was just a meowth and the weird lighting. Whatever I was like, whatever that is, it looks very evil. Oh! Hell yeah! I actually didn't try to do that time. My man just glides with the gravity. I think my odds are like 1 in 512ish. I think that's the maximum you can get in this game. So they're pretty good odds. Your little yellow brothers and sisters. Yeah. Very suspicious Meowths hanging out. I guess the outbreak doesn't count on the circle here. Even though that there's technically spawn points, I guess, if that Meowth's there. Meowth is standing guard. Why are you there? Yep. Lame. What the hell? Cool, right, we got rid of most of those Meowths. Thank you. Trigger. Uh-oh, Stinky. I wasn't actually going to run off the edge, I was going to turn. I promise. I advertised like, whoa buddy, we're not doing that again. Are they spawning down there at all? No, they're all definitely up here. Okay. Do they despawn? See, See, I sort of thought they did, but... Let's do this then. Definitely new now. Oh, there you are. No, you're blue. Blue. Oh, I think they also, in Pokemon Go, did another spawn redistribution. Because all of a sudden, over this week, I've started getting like way more spawns. Different to how they were before the last redistribution, but still. That's a good profit. Can you guys not jump around that close to the edge? Please. I'll be able to see. I just want to see if what I can see up here next to the door is what's actually next to the door. But I couldn't see anything. It's odd that that would be there. No, it is blue pants. hell? It's like a little bit of lag. Very close. Oh, I thought the sandwich was a dud. Oh, thank the heavens. Excuse me? Oh, another breakout, is it? Oh. What is this thing's catch rate? I feel like this shouldn't be that hard to catch. It's level 27. I mean, I'm catching it now, but... This lighting is gonna... Oh, it's gonna drive you nuts. Sun rising or setting? It must be setting. Can it set faster? Like it's... It's ridiculous. Oh no, it's blue top. Like the sky is super pretty and all. I love it, but sunrise and sunset are horrible for hunting this shiny. Luckily, I think dusk is only like 10 minutes. Blue! I don't want blue jeans. I want yellow jeans. Don't look at me like that, Meowth. Hey, what's up, Ems? Blue butts. Blue butts, blue butts, blue butts. Man, I'm glad my microphone can't pick up any of that nonsense. My stomach made the most angry sound. Button. I should have guessed that the Grimer and the Murkrow were a sign that the sandwich was over. If that's all good, we can run this. We'll run this outbreak till it ends. Maybe if I'm lucky I'll get another one. Maybe. KO you. And you. Right, hold on. Alright. You've got that little item thingy. I want to see if it will, if it's still there, I want to see if it's exactly the same. Wait for my go back thing to go away. Yeah, I don't know that it is resetting. Because that little poop dude is the same poop dude that was there before I went up the ladder. You can take that one. I don't know if that one's specifically a part of the outbreak, but... Sigh. Wow. If I can get one more, rounding off at 8 shinies, will look nicer than 7. Oh, do you guys want to hear a disgusting maths equation? Did you know 51 is divisible by 17? Ew. like it's a like it's a whole number. The answer, by the way, is 3. Ooh, ow. Right, let's go Kitakami. Legit. Oh. Right, one last evolution for the stream. This guy's not going to do anything. I hope, given that the fact that hit is kind of wild, I hope that given I'm on like an incline, decline, an incline, it'll just give me my whole like evolution screen. It won't just chuck it on the ground. Nope, it's on the ground. Okay. Ah! Rude. Well, that's a rippy dippy doo. Well, I'm going to wrap up the stream here. We got 5 shinies, which we've had worse with Dunsparce, so that's not bad for Tandemaus. I'll go live again tomorrow. We'll do more Cobalion resets. Hopefully tomorrow we get it and we can do some other stuff. And then obviously we've got Grookey Community Day on Sunday. I'm so tired and I've still got to cook dinner. Oops. But yes, thank you all for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. Hope you all have a good night or day, depending on what time of the day it is for you. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!